It's January 26th, 2025. Let's get started. First topic on my mind today is the idea of creating a word. So if you crack open, fucking dictionary, that shit is filled with like millions of words. It seems like millions of words. And there's lots of words that are synonyms for each other, lots of words that mean the same thing. Uh, some weird ones like irregardless versus regardless. It's like they both mean the same fucking thing, the exact same thing. And the fact that they exist has people arguing about whether one's grammatically correct or not. Um, but yeah, and some of these words, lots of them have Latin roots. Some have like other linguistic roots. And all of this got me thinking today of, what it takes to create a word. Like, what is the process one has to follow to get your word in the dictionary? And I haven't done any research into what that entails. But like this train of thought got me into thinking if I could take a word and then somehow change the connotation of it to be a slur. So the word that I've decided to use is girl. So for the next 2 weeks, instead of using my typical insults like stupid or moron or idiot, I'm just going to use the word girl on my girlfriend whenever she does something, dumb or annoying. Just anything negative, I'm just going to use the word girl. And I want to see if I can change the association of that word in her head to something negative. And if it doesn't work with this word, I'm going to try it again with another word before I give up. But I sort of just want to know, the process involved for changing the meaning of a commonly accepted word, even if it's just in the head of one person. Second topic for today is the Bills versus Chiefs game. I am not a Bills fan. I am not a Chiefs fan, although I would definitely call myself a Chiefs hater at this point. I'm a Falcons fan, so I have no horse in this race. Other than the fact that I really like Josh Allen, I think he's a really fun player to watch. He seems like a great guy. I like the fact that he seems to love Buffalo and the small market, and he seems to just be a consummate leader. There's no blaming anyone. There's no bitching the refs. He just seems like a great guy. That, and at this point, Mahomes has turned into the Darth Vader of the NFL, and it seems like the refs are doing everything in their power to keep the Chiefs train going. So with all that being said, today I was really, really rooting for fucking Buffalo, man. And to say that I'm devastated that Buffalo lost this game is an understatement. I'm apoplectic. Yeah. At this point, it's questionable about whether I should even be watching the NFL or not, because clearly this shit is absolutely scripted. Take this fourth down call. How the hell does a billion-dollar business not have a fucking overhead view that would have showed where the ball was in relation to the first down marker? It's crazy. And it's all these questionable calls, it seems like they go the way of the Chiefs 100% of the time. Even the way the line judges were running, it's one marked the spot ahead and the other just immediately moved it back an inch. And it's is this guy taking money? Is this a huge betting scandal? So very, very disappointed the Chiefs won. Also very disappointed the Eagles won. But now this sets up my nightmare Super Bowl matchup. It's I hate the Chiefs, but I hate the city of Philadelphia. It's the most obnoxious losers ever. So who do I want to win? I don't know. All I know is I can't watch the Super Bowl this year. I'll be watching the Professional Lacrosse League, or the fucking WNBA. But I ain't watching the Super Bowl, because fuck that shit. But Josh Allen, you're still a king in my book. Last thing I want to talk about is water. Obviously, water, essential part of our bodies. It makes up most of our body, and we need it to survive. But what got me thinking about water is sometimes, when you're thirsty, nothing hits better than water. It's the most refreshing, soothing, cold thing that you could possibly put in your mouth. It hits better than a Coke would in that moment. But then there's other times where fuck, I don't want to drink more water. This shit's bland, it's tasteless, it's just making me full, and I keep pissing it out. And I sort of think I'm going to dive into the physiological implications of why one craves water so much and why it seems to kick off a dopamine rush sometimes, and other times why, it has negligible effect. And I'm sure there's very obvious reasons for this. It's just, I was thinking to myself, it's the feeling when you're drinking water and you really want it is the best. And I wish I could recreate that all the time, because it truly is a nice feeling. Sort of like the feeling when you finally pee after holding in, your pee for a while. It's borderline orgasmic to let out the pee. So I just want to recreate the same circumstances around drinking water because sometimes it genuinely is really, really fucking awesome. So, yeah, those are my crackhead thoughts for the day.